All right, welcome to the third episode of the On Foot podcast with your host Tim Tayag. Yay! That's how much budget we have here. We have to do our own applause.
And add the applause in post.
And today I have I think this is my first international guest. We have Lukas Drake from Canada. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Just imagine there's 100 people. And of course we have from Channel 5 from the show Philip the Lifestyle Guy. Philip!
Woohoo! Thank you for inviting. And you know what? Tim is my guest on Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there on Sunday. So it's like we already did the show.
I cut out some of your jokes.
Oh, you did?
The cornier ones. Yeah.
Wait, but there was one joke that you did
I think we kept
that Tututs didn't like.
No, I kept
You
that.
kept it.
I hope he kept it.
Okay. He has a lifestyle show on Channel 5 every Sunday at
Every Sunday,
11
11
a.m.
a.m. on TV5.
Yeah, called Philip the Lifestyle Guy. That's his show, and it's him.
And
Yeah, and then Lukas Drake is I know him because he's a stand-up comedian as well, and we met actually in Singapore.
Yeah.
Singapore.
so 2 stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
okay.
we're sitting down.
But
so.
we'll try not to gang up on you too much.
Yes, please be
Well,
kind.
he's not in the middle, so we can't really.
That's why I said
I'm
He
closer
can,
to the door.
Yeah, he can run off and. But yeah, Lukas and we met in Singapore. He was doing stand-up. And then he moved here to the Philippines because, he's so original. He's a white guy married to a Filipina. So, they take away our jobs. They take away our women. What else did they take away?
Actually, I
These Canadians.
I came here to work 4 years ago just to do TV commercials, and
Here.
I ended up marrying my producer. So
Your boss.
yeah, so basically
boss.
my boss.
His
So-
wife said that he looks like.
Sam Milby.
No, she
Oh,
said
Fernando
Fernando
Poe
Jr.
Who of those of you in the international community don't
Yeah.
know, it's kind of like the
king.
action
Yeah,
Fonzie.
the Action Fonzie. Well, he's
The
dead
action
now.
king.
Actually, FPJ's been dead for a while. But yeah, I guess he's kind of. But I think he's even bigger than that because he actually ran for president in 2000 something, and he almost won.
2000.
Well, they said that he won and he got cheated, so we don't know.
2004.
2004. There you go. But if you guys are watching on the internet right now, you can actually tweet us at Wuza Studios or my account at Tim Tayag or any
Mine
of us.
is at Philip Abadicio.
There you go, or at Lukas Drake, and we'll check it online. Whatever you guys want to talk about, or if you have any questions, if you think Lukas Drake really does look like Sam Milby or Fonzie or FPJ, you can tweet that. But hey, let's
Tim thinks that all white people look the same. He's just
Don't they?
grouping me in.
Yeah, I think.
No, you don't look like Paul Walker.
John Travolta. Hey, he was. He had a movie that they showed it last night. I was watching it. Nine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's weird.
That was on a local channel
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 Under or something. It's about those sled dogs and
Yes.
how he had to leave
It was
them behind.
winter all the time. There
Yeah.
was snow all over. Yeah.
It was
I was
sad.
actually lucky enough to work on one of the Fast and Furious movies.
But did you meet him?
No.
Never met him. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, Lukas is actually also a special effects. Is that how you say it? Special effects guy? What's the official title for that?
I don't know. It's really difficult to explain to.
Yeah.
Like when I meet my relatives, they're like,
Yeah.
"So what exactly do you do?" It's really.
So
most
what
of the
do you
time
do?
I just tell them.
What kind of
editing.
effects do you do?
Yeah.
Are they
I do a
visual
lot of,
or
like
sound?
It's funny that we're shooting on a green screen because I actually do like
A lot of green
screen
screen, yeah.
extraction and a lot of that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
you knew I'd be judging this.
The way how are we doing so far? How's that? Well, there's no at least it's kind of clean, right?
some
Right.
edges, some
Yeah.
edges.
Yeah.
Earlier today, we had a tropical background
Yeah, we decided to. Well, actually, Philip changed it.
because it's sunset. So I was thinking maybe it's more like
unless
sunset
they're-
cocktails
Unless they're watching this
on
tomorrow.
another time.
I like the tropical one because we were in the Philippines, and also it looked like the wallpaper in Scarface.
Would you
Oh,
like
that's
to
cool,
change
yeah.
it?
No.
Can we change it on the fly?
No, I was just crashed the
No.
whole network.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that fade, huh? Huh? See? Whoa. Hey, how about some pina colada? I kind of feel like maybe we should have like ladies in bikinis just
and
coming
rum
out of
colas.
It reminds me of that scene in Wayne's World when they're like, "Oh, hey, we're on green screen.
Yeah, yeah.
We're in Delaware."
Oh, we're in
So
Delaware?
Tim, what's the show all about?
It's about nothing really. Nothing. It's about we just talk about travel and food, like your latest travels, and maybe like a restaurant that you discovered that you want to share with us. Because I know Lucas has a lot of pictures that he sent me, and so Philip as well. I stalked Philip. He didn't
Yeah.
send me it, so I stalked him on Facebook. But why don't we take a look at some of the photos
Oh
that
no.
that Lucas sent me?
Well, see, the thing is that Tim has this whole like.
No, that's not it yet.
That's not
I'm
it?
just gonna
We're gonna go
show
the
some
other
of your
ones?
photos. Yeah, here we go. There, explain to us what's happening here, Lucas.
Especially
the one in the
middle.
middle. What is that all about?
This is an oversized foam cowboy hat.
Okay.
That is in the Canadian Rockies.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I bought this from there's a really amazing cowboy apparel wear store in Calgary, as you can imagine, for all real cowboys. And they had this stuck way up in the rafters.
Okay.
And when I asked the cowboy, "Can you get that down for me?" He almost killed me.
So this isn't like you're trying to be like Woody. What's his name? Woody, the one in Toy Story. Tom Hanks's character.
I don't know. That was basically.
And that bear is what? Who's that bear? That's not
It's
like
supposed
Yogi
to
Bear.
be our version of the mounted, our version of the Canadian Mounted Police. It's
Right.
supposed to be. It's actually a beaver. Which
It's a beaver.
Yeah, that's a beaver
The
because he checked
very
the teeth.
big beaver.
That's
See,
a
that's
big,
one
big
of the
beaver.
problems with Canada is that we have a really terrible national symbol, which is the beaver. Some people use the moose.
Well,
You
they
guys have like the Philippine eagle.
Yeah, the monkey eating eagle. That's what
Yeah.
we have.
but you have a good sense of humor.
Yeah. Now, were you molested by that beaver, or he's just standing
It's
there?
just Canada really needs to get a national animal other than a moose or a beaver.
And then-
I so far Justin Bieber is the only replacement
beaver.
for Canada's
Another
national symbol, but I'm not on board for that.
How do you feel about Justin Bieber?
I don't know. He's really changed now. He's really changed.
Are there like I noticed? I know like you were talking before about rappers. In who are your best rappers in Canada?
Other than Justin Bieber.
Other than Justin Bieber, if you can even
Justin
call him
Bieber,
a
I
rapper.
think, as I mentioned to you before, I think Celine Dion would probably be the second best rapper
With the-
Canada's ever had.
With the chest
Well,
thumping.
Drake is from Toronto.
Oh, okay. He is.
I'm Drake, and I'm
Oh,
from
okay,
Toronto.
okay.
But yeah, he's from Toronto.
My seat.
We had Maestro Fresh West, all these other.
Philip is having a seat malfunction.
But see,
thing.
what I love here in the Philippines, they have that daytime program where
Mhm.
they have rap battles on network TV.
Right. The
like
Tagalog,
flip
Tagalog
top.
hip hop. Yeah,
Yeah,
flip
it's
top,
flip
flip top.
top.
Yeah.
And we've been saying
What
that
channel is that?
It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube,
Ah,
like
Yeah, but
the
it's like-
battles.
it's the daytime. I forget what the name of the
Eat
is,
Eat
but
Bulaga
it's-
or no?
Yeah, I
One of
think
those.
that's it.
I don't
No,
watch
think it's
daytime
at
TV. Sorry.
Showtime.
They'll have a whole segment.
Showtime,
the,
maybe.
the way that one Filipino rapper disses another is
Yeah,
they'll say,
yeah.
Cuento mo sa bagong, which is tell your story to the turtle.
Yeah.
Which is to me is the most amazing rap diss ever.
Yeah.
Which
Because
is-
like, how's that? Like, what?
I don't know.
How's that like scaring me? Right?
I'm just imagining the Filipino version of 8 Mile where
Yeah.
Eminem says, Eminem then says, we don't have any fucking turtles in Detroit.
Cuento mo sa pagong.
Yeah, this is Showtime.
Probably.
I know that voice when you said it earlier.
Cuento mo sa pagong.
No, that
Ah.
voice he was mimicking.
Oh.
Well, we were talking about all the
voice.
you learning French and me learning Tagalog. And how
What are the give us some Tagalog words that you know.
Magandang gabi bayan, which is from.
Nobody really talks
I
like.
learned most of my Tagalog.
Nobody
from-
really talks like that
Yeah,
here.
but it's on the Filipino news program.
Yeah. Or what else did they say? Like "Cuento mo," like when they try to modulate.
Yeah, and
Oh no.
Susunod.
Yeah, the voiceovers are just horrible, and even like the news guys, it's just like talk to me. Like who talks like that really?
The news guys.
Yeah, I know, but nobody
Most
else.
of them
right?
talk like that.
Do they talk like that off like the news when they're
Off
not doing the
camera, no
news?
way.
Like, "Oh, no." But I think we have some more photos. Your travel photos. Let's take a look at the other ones. There we go. Is that New York on the left, or
Yeah,
where's that?
So Times Square, Japan.
Where's all the
Thailand.
people?
Those are dead
Times
people,
Square.
right?
I don't know.
Normally
Yeah, is
there's
that
a
like-
lot of
This-
people
this
What's
there.
that Tom Cruise movie where
This
he's
was-
all alone
This
and?
was during the Times Square period of I Am Legend.
Oh, everybody's a zombie. What's that? You're flipping. You're in the middle. The
Yeah,
photo in
that's
the middle.
first
Where is that?
time I came to Asia, which was about
Is that
15
Philippines?
years ago. No,
No?
that's Thailand.
Oh, okay.
I've actually had family living in Thailand for probably 20 years.
Nice.
So, and then I've lived in Dubai twice, for better or for worse. And so that's the photo on the
How long were you living in Dubai?
Added up, it's probably 4 months.
Okay, that's
4
not
months.
too long. I think that's it, right? Do we have any more photos of Lucas? Ryan? That's
But
it. Yeah. But we have another one later. I'm going to show you. But I tried to stalk Philip as well. So I went into his
This is from my
Facebook,
Facebook?
and I found some very interesting
Now I'm thinking about
photos.
what photos
And,
are there.
Let's look at the photos of. Okay, that's not so bad.
Okay.
Where is that, Philip?
That's in Lyon, in France.
Oh, Lyon.
Lyon, yeah.
Nice. And who's that? Who's that
That's
lovely
my-
man?
that's my friend who owns that big
The castle?
house behind. It's
Is he
his
a prince?
His name is Leon.
His dad's.
Is he a prince?
No,
But
his
he's
mom's
too,
a,
he's too tall to be a prince.
No, his mom's brother is a duke. A duke. Yeah.
His mom's
But
best
the
friend's
mom-
dog's aunt.
his mom's,
His mom's
brother.
is a duke.
So his uncle is a duke,
His uncle's a duke.
but he's not a duke.
But he's not one.
Oh.
I don't know how it happens like that anymore in their country when there's no.
So he lives in that castle.
That is their vacation house. He lives in
Oh.
Paris.
Oh, nice, nice. And I think we have some more photos. There's that's
from
still that's
the same
still
house.
yeah.
That's the view from the room upstairs
Nice.
on the second floor, and that's like their library, where I'm seated.
The garden's kind of like they had the
Like a little
Versailles
small-
action going on there.
That
Like a
little
mini-
small, geometric thing.
Yeah. Do they have like a jardinero?
I'm sure they do. I don't know how you can maintain something
Yeah.
like that without. There's actually a pool with a.
Where?
with
Where's the
a-
pool?
With a fence around.
Okay, we don't have it here,
You know
yeah,
why?
yeah.
Why there's
Is-
a fence? I asked them
Yeah.
because so the dogs won't
Who let the
won't
dogs?
go inside the pool.
Is
Oh, okay,
is
okay.
Jardinero a sexual metaphor?
No, it's a
Could be,
gardener.
could be. Yeah, possibly. I think we have more photos. Oh,
Oh,
hey,
wow,
hey, who's that
yeah.
guy? So,
that's taken before he became president, I think, or just right
So-
after.
so you're like the lucky charm.
No,
the-
he was my friends want. This is the time I quit smoking.
Okay.
And all my friends wanted to go out and smoke. Okay, outside the
Uh-huh.
Sofitel, and I went with them because I didn't want to stay in the table all by myself.
Right.
And lo and behold, he was there. So
Smoking
I asked
as well?
Smoking as well. So I asked,
Wow.
can we take a picture? And he agreed.
Those of you who don't know who this is
Yeah.
president of the Philippines, who I saw in a mall like a couple of months ago.
By what was he doing in the
What was he
mall?
doing?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just walking. I was going down the escalator,
Uh-huh.
and he was coming up the escalator with about 7 or 8 bodyguards.
Yeah.
Which
Like the
I'm-
Secret
I'm-
Service, right? The Filipino
what mall
Secret
was
Service.
this?
Yeah, what mall?
It was in Greenbelt. It was in
Okay.
Greenbelt.
Was he with some lady?
No, he's just by himself. But
Was it the
But
weekend?
surrounded.
it was. Yeah, I think it was the weekend. It was one of the things where
I just saw the
I could
president at the
imagine,
mall.
like Angela Merkel just chilling out in the mall, or Barack Obama.
Barack,
just,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Checking out the
Barack Obama over
sale.
in Gap.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he's so accessible.
Yeah. It's like, do you have
He's
this in?
just smoking out on the patio. In
Do
front
you
of
have
the
this in my
Sofitel
size? Like he's in a shoe store. Do you have this in my size or presidential?
No, but I can imagine Obama like walking in the mall in Washington. The mall.
Well, Obama did something
called-
similar. Like he went to a burger joint, like this
Yeah,
hole in the
I
wall
saw
burger
that.
joint, and then he fell in line. Isn't there a there's
Yeah,
something
I,
about
s-
that?
I
like
saw.
before
I,
the
I
news,
think I
like-
saw that.
and
But
people
you know,
were
in
like, "Oh, he
Washington
fell in
D.C.,
line."
they call it the mall, right? That whole big grassy knoll
Oh,
in
yeah,
front
yeah,
of
yeah.
the Smithsonian, and
Yeah,
they
I've
call it
been
the
to
mall.
DC
Yeah.
before.
So the first time I went there, I thought I was going to the mall,
Mhm.
and it was just all open field.
Yeah, and in Boracay there's also the mall. It's
The mall.
The mall. The mall. But we have more photos of Philip. I want to show the other one. Actually, the other one's more interesting. There you go. What
That's
is happening right there in the middle?
Yeah, that is a stupid stunt from my. I had a show before called "It's More Fun with Philip."
Okay.
And
It looks
my
like it
director-
is, especially
Yeah,
those guys.
That guy, you know that guy,
Which
guy
one?
in the white shirt. There.
The guy who's
dancing
not
with me
naked?
in the middle. Yeah, who's not naked.
Yeah.
He has a video on YouTube that
Uh-huh.
scored a lot, and it's called. Bubble,
And then he scored
Bubble
again in
Boy,
this one,
I
huh?
think.
What?
And so we're dancing his dance in the video.
Okay.
And that's why my director told the two production guys to remove their shirts because that's how it looks like in the video.
So those two guys are just your production guys.
Yes.
And speaking of videos, I think that
Yeah,
guy was
that
famous
guy.
for another video.
Very
The
famous
one on the
for a
right.
video.
You
So
don't know
that's-
him, Lucas, do you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he had his name is Hayden Cole.
Yeah. He used to be a doctor.
He had a video. Well, Philip can expound.
No, I think you're in a better position to do so.
Well, he had a
Is it
video.
another scandal video?
Yeah.
Which are absolutely all the rage in the Philippines.
No, but he
It's
had
a-
about 6.
Yeah, he had more than one.
I remember when.
And now he has a cologne.
What was the?
Now he has a cologne.
Now he has a cologne,
He's selling
which makes
scents.
perfect sense, right?
This
From
stink
like
of
sex scandal. Yeah, like I think I'm gonna come out with my own cologne.
He's always guesting also in Mo Twister's podcast.
Oh, he
they're
is.
always giving away like scents.
Cents and what? Just
Yeah.
cents.
Cologne.
50
The
cents.
sense
or-
to go
yeah.
back and never do a sex scandal video again.
But it did. He lost his. I think he lost his medical license.
He did.
But he gained fame.
What was
so.
the sex scandal here in the Philippines where they would not stop playing that George Michael "Careless Whisper" song?
That was
That's
it.
it.
That
That's
was
what
him.
we-
That was it.
That was it.
him?
That was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to the Fort to a
Mhm.
club, and I was very impressed with the standards and
Mhm.
they're playing techno music all night.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was like, wow, this is world class. This reminds me of when I was in the UK clubbing, this and that. And then at the end, they flick on the lights and play "Careless Whisper" and completely delegitimize the previous 8 hours of underground music. In
What's
one-
wrong with Careless Whisper?
So what
It's
did
kinda
people do
sexy.
when they played the song?
Everybody just looked at each other in confusion.
What club was this?
It was Manor.
Oh, the
no,
Manor
it was either
in-
Manor and Eastwood, but I think it was the other one that was in the Fort, which was like affiliated.
Yeah, one of those.
Let's
Privé.
not-
I don't go
let's-
clubbing.
let's-
I got kids.
Let's
so,
not name and shame.
So I don't go to any clubs. Just the clubhouse. You know,
Privé or Haze or
probably one of those. No.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I don't want to shame them.
But you know, one of the things that I do, like that I started, and it's now trending among like maybe 5 people. To me, that's trending. I call them the sleeping selfies. So
And you take your picture while you're
while sleeping, it's called a selfie. Technically, it's still a selfie because even if I'm like far from the camera, I still turned on the timer.
Yeah.
So I still took it by myself.
Okay.
So I think
what
that's
if
still
you're
a selfie.
not asleep yet?
Then it's just a selfie.
You know,
But-
Tim is also a very talented actor. He can pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, it's one of my gifts. But let's
should
show
try that.
some of my sleeping selfies. There, we got a few there. That was my last trip, and that's a nice statue.
I know. Where is this?
That's the Careless Whisper statue. That's actually in,
That's on top.
if
of
I
Bro- that's
remember
on-
correctly, in the
that's on-
Vigeland Park.
It's on top
in
of
Oslo.
That's on top of Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, that
sculpture.
is. And then the other one in the middle, that's in Edinburgh,
Scotland.
the castle. And then the other one is in Blarney Castle. I think that was
Takes
in
your
Ireland.
picture.
Me, myself.
Selfie.
It's a selfie, so
But
I
you-
put on the
who do you
timer.
travel with, not your wife?
My wife and my mom. In this one, it was my wife, my mom, and my brother and sister. So
I
it
think
was a
I hear-
family thing.
I think I smell a sex scandal coming on.
Yeah, that
might
one.
just be your cologne.
But you know, because I was doing sleeping selfies, that inspired Lucas to do his own thing, right?
I always kind of have to try and one up Tim. That's the nature of our relationship.
Right.
So I decided to come up with an entire series called Psycho Selfies.
Psycho selfies. So we'll show some of the
So-
psycho selfies here.
I went through all of my previous
There.
photos.
You actually look kind of good on the
third
that
one
photo.
doesn't look
the
like
one
you
on
at all.
The one on the far right is Movember last year. I always participate in Movember.
Oh, okay. So the
because-
beard.
because I can.
Mm-hmm.
What does
the-
Movember stand for? I know it's mustache.
So it's
For
everybody
cancer,
grows-
prostate cancer?
Yeah, so you get people pledge, give you money, and in return you grow a horrible
beard.
mustache, and it's all in the name of prostate cancer. It's getting larger and larger in Asia.
Yeah, we can't really in Asia. It's kind of hard because a lot of Asians can't really grow a beard. Can you grow a beard,
I
Philip?
can.
You can,
Like
a
yours.
full, like
Just
a
like
full
yours,
beard.
yeah.
Really?
Mm.
But not as high. Oh,
Mm.
not the hair doesn't go here.
So like a Fu Manchu, like just here.
But the one on the far left, this is the sleeping. I got it. And it's for when you're on planes. I got this actually in a store called Tickles, which is in Makati.
Oh yeah, Tickle.
Oh yeah, I
Which
know
is-
the owner,
Tickles,
Carlo Tonseco. Hi.
Well,
Plug.
it's Tickle. It's Tickles
Sponsor
the
ka
gift
naman.
shop, not Tickles the
The spa. There's a spa.
Yeah, there's
There's-
on Burgos,
Right.
which is in the red light district.
I have some more sleeping selfies I want to show you guys. Ta-da! I don't
So
remember
where are
where that
these?
is. The other one is somewhere in some castle. I don't
That's
know.
in London.
No, that one
No?
is not actually. That's in. That's still in No, Denmark. That's in Denmark.
The one with the red.
Yeah, the one with the guy in the big
It's
hair.
just a British.
That's
gift
all
shop.
Denmark.
So when did you go to Europe?
That was in October this year.
Just 2 months ago.
Yeah. And if you guys have any sleeping selfies or selfies, just you can send them to me on my Facebook, Tim Tayag Communer on for travel. Selfie mo mukha mo. And then we have more psycho selfies. There. Is that still Movember?
The one on the right was actually of a good
What is
friend a good friend of mine who is Swedish and his background
Oh.
is Middle Eastern.
So that's not you.
Yeah, that is me. But
that's you.
We had his birthday party in IKEA in Singapore.
You have a
because-
pacifier.
And they just slapped all this crap on me.
And you can have a birthday party in IKEA.
Yeah,
I know they have a coffee
because
shop.
he's Swedish, so that was apparently the joke. But
I think that's it. Is that it, or do we have some more? I think we have some more. More sleeping selfies. There we go. That's the Little Mermaid. In where is it? Denmark, I think. Can't
I was
remember
gonna
anymore.
say in Disneyland.
And that's my brother, and then that's my wife
But
looking away, and my mom.
the one on the far left, is that statue a man throwing babies?
Yeah. It's in Vigeland Park. And then you have more. You have one more slide of your last psycho selfies. You know that's endangered. Those sharks are endangered. You're not allowed. Are you Chinese? Trying to eat the
one
shark?
on the left, that's the aquarium in Malaysia where you walk through the tunnel.
In Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
Sounds like the one in Singapore too. You walk through the tunnel.
Yeah, I always get confused between. Well, I know they're gonna get mad at me, like Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. Singapore's cleaner, I know, but you know, like sometimes you kind of like blend in your memories between those two cities.
Just for the record, this is Tim Tayag.
Yeah, I
not
said it.
Lukas
That's
Drake.
right. Yeah.
I wanted to say some other things, but I stopped myself.
Go ahead. It's okay. We can.
It's okay. I'll just keep it to myself.
Well, that's one thing I was wondering that because you started doing stand up in the States.
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah.
Which is funny because I started doing stand up in Singapore.
Oh, so it's like east.
So it's yin
the
yang.
Eastern guy started in the West, and then the Western guy.
The thing about doing stand up
like yin yang.
in Asia is that there's no hecklers. Even though
There are some.
Yeah.
I've experienced hecklers.
I've experienced some too, but
Yeah.
it's nothing compared to where you
Well-
started in San Francisco
Yeah, I experienced hecklers there.
of a elite level.
Yeah, like I did.
NBA versus PBA type elite level.
Like I did some shows in Texas, and and what's funny, I've been heckled by audience members,
they
and I
love
got
Asians in Texas.
and I got heckled by other comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How?
like okay, like I did a
Would they make
black
fun of
room.
you?
Yeah, they did. Two instances. One was I was in Texas, and then I did my set, and then the comedians after me, they kept referring to me as like, oh, you see that guy? Tune in Tokyo. It's like,
I have a very
Tokyo?
good friend of mine who's a Filipino guy from
Yeah.
Texas, and I don't think he's ever gonna go back.
oh really? And then in Oakland, I did a black room,
Yeah.
and the host was black, and right before she introduced me, she goes, "This next comedian." And then she looked at me. I love Jackie Chan. Give it up for Tim Tayag. I was like, I got up on stage like, how do I even, that? And that's the host. Like, I love Jackie Chan, and then
And so would you tell her?
Nothing.
Are you stating unequivocally that you hate Jackie Chan?
No. It's just like what a stereotype to do. You know, like Jackie Chan. Like I'm not even Chinese, right?
Don't you do your jokes on your show?
No, not really. Here on the show?
Yeah.
No, I try to.
I remember
There's
in
no
the show
audience.
I told you were. Remember the suplado suave.
Oh yeah. What was
Supla
that? What was that?
suave, that you're gonna make into a website.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
told you you were like suplado but suave.
Soplado suave.
And then you said you're gonna have into a website. Supla
Yeah.
suave.
You know, did I write that down? I think I wrote it down. Yeah. He had this great idea. It's like, you know, your humor's like you're soplado but you're suave. Like soplado suave.
What's suplado?
Antipatico.
Yeah, that simplifies it for him.
This is the part of
How
the
do you say that? How do you say it in English?
This is the part in the podcast when everybody's firing up
snooty?
Google
Yeah.
Translator.
Not snooty.
Soplado is like well,
Stoic.
no, that's aloof.
Yeah.
Well, give an example. Like Philip, what would be a soplado thing to do?
You say hi to me and I'll just smile at you. Or you're so enthusiastic.
Yeah,
Hi
yeah.
Philip, how are you? And I'll just hi and I'll smile.
Yeah. Do you get it? Like not so as warm.
Yeah,
So
not-
it's
not
basically in a
enthusiastic.
nice way he's called you a snob. Is that what's happening?
It's snob's different.
It's not snob. It's
It's
snob.
just mellow.
No.
No. It's one of
Maybe-
those.
well,
I don't
maybe-
think
One
there's
of
a
those
translation.
Filipino
Maybe we'll come back to
things.
this.
Maybe your wife might know. Has your wife ever called you soplado?
She's called me
No?
a lot of things in Tagalog that I
Like
don't
what?
understand.
Give us one.
Yeah, give us
thing
some
that
of the Tagalog words that she's
called
called you. Has she
Just
called you
a family-
pangit? Huh? Pangit?
Yeah, well, no.
Maliit?
Mali.
Has she ever said that?
Well, that's what I asked her. I asked her, how did a woman like you end up with a guy like me? And she said, humanap ka ng pangit.
Oh, right. 80s.
That's a song.
Yeah. Was that 80s?
Which
Or,
means,
which-
roughly translated, it's a rap song that says, go for the ugly.
Yeah.
To have a
Find
good,
an
to have
ugly
a
guy.
good life.
It's a guy
Yeah.
trying
To
to
have a happy
convince
life.
women that,
Yeah.
I'm ugly and that's the one that you should go for.
Well, you're not ugly.
No, but
You just
I'm willing
You
to
know.
admit that my wife's out of my league. So
yeah. Maybe we should have your wife like just to show
Join
the.
us.
Special
Sarah,
appearance.
can you come here? No, seriously, can we show you?
she's absolutely.
Can you just
not.
pass by like just
Just
we can do like a beach background and
you
then you
just
could be
put
like
a picture of her up. Just
you could pretend like you're selling shades, sir shades.
Oh, we
Sir
changed the
Masads.
background. We're back to.
we can change
Sir
the
Masads.
background to her.
Masads.
A photo montage of my
Of
wife.
her.
Yeah.
But you didn't email it to me,
But
so we
then
don't
people
have.
will be flipping through the podcast channels and think it's going to be like a webcam
So-
or something erotic.
Wait, let's check Twitter. Let's see if anybody wants to see your wife.
Hey,
Come on, Sarah.
don't make me get violent. Don't make me.
So Sarah doesn't want to show up. Oh, there. She's gonna pass by. Okay, here we go.
Um,
All right, guys.
Hi,
Cheryl,
There's
my wife,
there's
former,
the wife
former
of Lucas.
ABS-CBN employee.
There you go. Hey, look at the green screen. You see there was a shadow in the green screen. Ah, that's not gonna pass. Thanks, Sarah.
You're gonna cross. She's crawling.
Yeah, now she's crawling on the
I think she's
ground.
trying to seduce you there.
I think that was the
That's-
most.
I think that was,
erotic part. The most
that
erotic
was
part
seduction.
of this podcast was my wife crawling on the ground like an animal.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna go through this other segment that I have here. I'm gonna ask you guys 10 questions, and you guys have to answer. Okay? Okay. What was your most memorable vacation? Let's start with Philip. Your most memorable. First thing that comes to mind.
Well, I was just most memorable.
Mhm.
Only because I've wanted to see Athens for a
Mhm.
long time and
Mhm.
finally had the chance. So I don't know why it's the first thing that came to mind.
Athens, nice.
Yeah, maybe I wanted to fulfill like my dad because my dad's birthday was yesterday and he passed away.
Oh,
And I wanted to
condolences.
fulfill that wish of his to
to see Athens.
see Athens, like ancient Greece and
Nice.
all. So you said first thing that came
Yeah.
to mind.
No, that's fine. Did you like Athens?
I like the food and the
Mhm.
drinking. They have this something like lambanog, like our
Right,
lambanog.
the
That
uzo?
everything, yeah,
Uzo.
and everything that you have and you do it, they
Yeah.
keep on giving you. So like at the end of the day, you're passed out.
Uzo,
So-
Uzo, nakiki-uzo.
Uzo
I like-
is responsible for a lot of the population of Greece, actually.
Yeah.
Uzo,
And
yeah.
sex as well.
And
but
olives.
I was able to visit Athens as well last year, and It was one of those places I didn't expect much, but then when I got it, I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is nice. Like I actually enjoyed it. We stayed in that. It's a place Plaka.
Yeah,
At
and they have
the
a
oldest
happening nightlife.
I don't go
You know,
out.
it's
I'm
fun.
married with
It's
kids,
just
so.
fun to go out. Yeah, right.
The only parties are Sunday, the kiddie parties.
The birthday parties
The
you have to
birthday
attend
parties.
for your
Yeah.
kids.
I used to tap a lot of ass. Now it's just my baby's ass to put her to sleep. But Lucas, what was your most memorable vacation?
I think really just the first time I had such severe culture shock, because
Where?
my aunt lived in Thailand for
Mm.
probably a decade, and she brought me and a bunch of my cousins over. Actually, that was the photo that we were showing earlier, me doing the flip off.
Oh.
It was we were in Koh Samet, which is this small
Koh Samet,
island
yeah.
off of in the Bay of Thailand, and the ferry had broken down,
Mm-hmm.
so we just decided to start doing flips off of the roof of the
That photo.
ship. Yeah, and the sun was setting,
Mhm.
and it was just.
And then the masseuse
absolutely-
came out.
Yeah,
I only massage. I no sex.
And then
You like sex? I call for you.
and then the Ladyboy dolphin show started.
The lady boy.
Figured-
ขอบคุณค่ะ ขอบคุณเคย
Is this
That was a-
patpong?
ขอบคุณกระโทย
That was always a big. You get in so much trouble.
ขอบคุณกระโทย Yeah, if we have any viewers from Thailand, I just offended them.
I love going to Thailand.
Me
I
too.
love going there all the time. For
The ping pong show, have you seen that?
Yeah, in Patpong, right? The
Yeah,
place
the
called
show. They
Pat-
were like this
No,
girl
with the
was
blade.
The blade, yeah.
And
She
yeah,
had
I've
one.
seen that.
Ours
and then,
did this.
And then the ladies, they sit beside you and then they
Mm.
keep on telling you to order more drinks.
Yeah,
And then
drink
you have
some
to order
more.
for them.
Yeah, but
More
see-
drink, more drink. Yeah.
The ping pong show is
You like sex?
one of those things that you think you want to see, and then you see it, and then you realize that you didn't want to see that.
Yeah, but then it's too late. Like mine, you know what she did? She took a Coke bottle, she opened it, right, and then she drained it, and then she peed out water.
And then she offered the drink to you.
Yeah, and I drank. I was like, hey, one.
Oh wow.
So she had teeth in her thing, to open. Anyway, okay. Next one is Toot Vacay. We have like the weirdest puns. My
Toot-
writer there.
Toot?
They're horrible. Toot Vacay. Worst travel. I put like titles
Toot
before the
Decay,
question
Toot
to kind of
Decay.
like get sponsors.
Oh, the worst.
Thinking.
Now I can remember.
Worst travel experience, Philip.
I have somebody gave me a pampaswerte
Mm.
for good luck, and it was a bullet.
Oh,
I think I was telling
bullet.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tell
I
us
had
this.
it, and I was going. And so I was late. I was rushing. I was taking a long
You had a
flight.
bullet pendant.
Going to Paris, and then I threw it in my big bag. And not thinking, and they kept on in the X-ray. It was holding everyone, and I was like, "What are you looking for? And what's this? Okay, come on, give me my bag, and I'll show it to you." So I take out the bullet and I show it to them, and then all the security and all the police in the airport come up to me and take me. They're gonna take me to the van, and I'm like, "What's
Right.
happening?" It's a good thing. The night before, I met the chief of police of Makati, but he was in a meeting. So I had to beg his aid, please call him, please. And finally he called back and he told the AVSECOM, Aviation Security Command in the airport.
Yeah.
And I made it to my flight.
Wow.
But that's like the worst. They were already taking me to the van and you were like a terrorist in the
Right.
airport, with a bullet. So
the moral lesson is what?
the moral lesson is
Never carry a bullet.
well, or swallow it.
Yeah, swallow it, right? At least like they'll be like, "Toot, toot, 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 toot." What's that? Oh, it's just
My pacemaker.
something. Yeah, my pacemaker. How about you, Lucas? Worst
okay.
travel experience.
So I watched the previous podcasts of your show.
Yeah.
And-
Wow, one of the few viewers that I have. So you're number 3, viewer
I'm
number 3.
73, I think. But
73, that's too much.
the previous people that you've had on this show have been so sweet and so nice, and I think that this is the first podcast where maybe it's taken a bit of a darker tone. Because
Okay.
you asked your first 2 podcast guests. Oh, so have you ever the same question? Have you ever had any bad travel experiences?
yeah.
And they went,
No.
no, not really. No.
Yeah.
And I was
Well, his was pretty bad actually. Philip's was kind of bad.
That is hardcore.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like that.
Is
That's
there a
the-
cavity search, Philip? When
That's the glove
No?
on the hand. the love glove.
Yeah. So what happened to you?
So I was in Thailand
Mhm.
and when I was there, because I was staying there for a couple of months, it was before I went to, I was in between art schools actually, which is a whole other long story. But I had managed, somehow my aunt had given me her cat.
Okay.
So we drive 4 hours to Bangkok because she was living in an isolated, and I had this cat. I was flying Air Canada, and they could not find my airline ticket. But they had the airline ticket for the cat.
Not you.
I was like, how is this cat going to fly by itself
Without the master.
to Canada? And they're like, that's a really good question, actually.
Well, I guess maybe because Thailand likes pussy more than humans.
Is there a drum
No?
set in here?
But
So then I've got this cat, and I got these drugs from the vet to drug the cat down to make it chill out, but it only ended up in drunk Siamese cat, which is just walking through the airport, the cat's covered in piss. It's like the box is like, meow. So then I finally get on the plane. I'm flying to Toronto for, this is just after Christmas, so I'm flying to Toronto for New Year's with the family before I go to the east coast of Canada to go to art school. And somewhere in that trip, I managed to pick up walking pneumonia.
Walking pneumonia.
So what ended up happening was I slept for 28 hours straight. And when I woke up, I realized that I'd slept through New Year's.
Oh, my.
And I'd asked, I came out, I was really pissed off at my family. I said, why didn't you guys wake me up? Like, I missed New Year's. It's 3 in the morning. And they said, we tried. We actually tried. We have somebody here who was a nurse, and they checked. Oh, he's breathing. He's okay.
What is that? What is walking pneumonia?
I don't even know.
But it makes you fall asleep?
It was similar to mono.
Oh,
but it was very
okay.
very
how do you get that?
How'd you get that from, like, a Thai prostitute or something?
I have no idea. But the thing is that I slept for 28 hours, and then I had a pee.
He doesn't want to answer it.
And then I went back to bed.
Really?
For another 3 hours. So it was like, if you take out that, it was almost...
Maybe it's from the pussycat.
I don't know.
Drugs from the
Possibly,
pussycat.
maybe.
Maybe it's the
Because it was
pee of the
puking on you,
pussycat.
right?
Yeah.
You never know.
One of the other ones, though, was actually here in the Philippines.
Oh, really? What happened?
When I was... I was working for a large network here, and like, as
You can say it. You can say it. There's only like 2 or 3. Right?
I was here.
Right.
I was here doing commercials.
Right.
And
Commercials? You were a commercial model?
no, I was like, I'm the one who presses the buttons.
Okay. Doing
I
the
see.
editing, post-production.
Yeah, I've been doing the post-production.
Yeah.
And so it was a short contract. It ended, and so, okay, I need to find a new job. But, of course, trying to find free Wi-Fi, like 5 years ago in Makati.
Oh, that was
or
everywhere.
Manila,
Yeah.
Forget it. It was like you had to look everywhere. So I was in Intramuros because I had to go to the Foreign Affairs office.
Mhm.
And I'm looking almost like, I managed to find Wi-Fi in this internet cafe. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'm going to stay here all day. I'm going to job hunt. I'm going to look.
And
So 10
what happened?
guys ended up walking in a couple hours after I'd been in there. And these guys, like, scar on the face. Like, just, they looked like amazingly rough dudes, which is no big deal. But they were in there, they were drinking, and then one of them stood up, put a box on the table, and pulled a submachine gun out of the box. And everybody that he was with started yelling, and he started yelling, and I was sitting next to the window.
But it had no bullet. And,
Well-
and they had to call the airport to get the bullet from
I was sitting there and thinking,
full circle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been so scared where your face turns completely red.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
though
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't see it,
Yeah.
you can feel how
Yeah,
hot
like how
it
hot
gets.
yeah.
But luckily, I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
So what happened?
And then if I'm gonna jump out this fucking window or not.
Right.
So then they're yelling, and then one of them says airsoft,
Oh, gosh.
which is actually just like paintball. It's
yeah,
the
but it
equivalent
hurts.
of
It hurts.
paintball.
Yeah.
And I almost fainted.
Oh, man.
And then they proceeded to do 3 hours of karaoke after that, and all I had to do was smile.
And that was even worse than that other experience.
It was
I'm
pretty.
sure.
Especially when they tell you to sing,
Yeah.
and you don't really want to sing.
Every time I leave the Philippines, I nickname it "Escape from Karaoke Island."
with
It's almost
starring
like-
Lukas Drake
Starring Snake Plissken.
as Sam Milby. Okay, next one is Running Man. Any foreign foods that has given you the runs? Philip,
None.
none? None you
No,
want to
I
admit?
can't.
How about you? I'm sure there's.
well, you know-
you're white, so.
You know a bit. You know a bit about. I've been vegan for almost 20 years. So,
Okay.
Which means that I've never even tasted Filipino food.
Till now.
I have
Really?
tasted a bit, but it's very difficult.
So are you
to-
still a vegan now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you there was meat in your water. I put meat in your water. I put
That's
like a
okay.
Jamaican beef patty.
That's okay.
Okay, so you never had the runs in a foreign country eating
No,
foreign food.
I'm very careful, and then the fact that I don't eat meat is definitely helps your odds a huge amount. But I'm
Okay. How about do you guys have any useful travel apps on your phone? Like, do you guys use any
Waze.
Waze? You use Waze? You're the first guy I've met who actually
have
uses
Waze.
Waze. I have Waze, but I've never used it. It doesn't want to work.
Sometimes I don't really know how to use it, but I give it to my nephew and tell, can
they'll
you please
figure
find
this
out like
out."
where traffic is and where we should pass.
Yeah.
So well, you
Waze,
asked.
I've
It's
never
the
gotten
first
it
thing
to
that
work.
came to mind.
Do you have any apps that you use for
well,
travel?
like you having lived in San Francisco,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yelp. That's maybe
Yelp, yeah, Yelp's nice.
Yelp
yeah,
is
yeah.
maybe.
But I've been hearing some bad stuff about Yelp and how they force establishments to sign up, or sometimes they'll say if you don't pay, we'll like put bad reviews, or I don't know. I've been reading stuff about Yelp lately. That's no?
Well, I don't use Yelp. Well,
we don't have
it's
one
like-
here. We don't have a Yelp.
That's the thing is that
version.
you have to find whatever the equivalent of Yelp.
Yeah.
is
I don't
on-
think we
if-
have any here.
We have a
If-
traffic app,
MMDA.
MMDA.
I think it's just a Twitter, right? They just tweet like.
But
hey, it's traffic.
MMDA is a drug in most other countries.
Yeah, it's the. I don't.
It's an
encourage
app now.
drugs.
It's an app now.
Yeah.
But
How about? Hey, go ahead. Ed.
You just have to find the equivalent of that. Whether
Mhm.
it's the timeout Singapore, timeout Dubai, or
Yeah, we don't have a
Yelp, or
timeout here.
in-
We have
in
24/7.
Singapore,
We don't
in
have that.
We have
Singapore.
24/7 and we have Circuit.
Circuit, yeah,
Circuit,
but they're like, do they
they're
have it in
like,
apps or is it?
I'm
Because
not
I know
sure
it's
if
just a
they have an
magazine.
app already. They have a magazine.
That could
It's
be a
still in
good
the
thing to
magazine
do,
format.
like build an app like.
Like
for
the
Philippines.
Singaporean version is Hungry Go Where. There's
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
we
that
have- we
Paulo
have,
Abrera and I, we were the first ones to come out with a free magazine before
Paulo Abrera of,
24/7.
Game Plan.
Yeah, it's called Fly.
Fly.
Zero first, Zero. We called
Okay,
it
okay.
Zero, and our advertisers were Pepsi and Levi's.
Mhm.
His mom was the president of McCann Erickson.
Oh yeah.
Pepsi
yeah.
and Levi's.
Yeah.
So we survived for like years with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good app to build, huh? Like something like similar to those apps that you guys mentioned.
I'm sure in the amount of time that we've been talking about
Somebody's
it,
already
somebody
building
at
it.
home has already
Yeah.
coded it and
Yeah.
uploaded it.
How about the cheapest country that you ever visited?
Vietnam.
Vietnam?
I think Cambodia.
Yeah, because they don't have any arms. So. Ooh. So the service is cheaper.
$2 at the tourist. You're outside of Siem Reap, which is
Yeah.
the famous.
That was a joke. That was a bad joke. I apologize to Cambodians watching, but they don't have any internet and they can't reply. All right, never mind. Yeah, Vietnam actually. I've been to both. I only went to
haven't
Siem
been
Reap,
to Cambodia. Maybe that's why it's
Yeah.
so far. I mean,
but I
it's-
went there a long time
It's
ago,
also
10 years.
not expensive in the Philippines, but
Actually,
I just
Philippines, I think, is one of the cheapest ones too.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially like our food. I mean, if you don't go to like say Green Belt and go to those nice,
Yeah.
You can
and
get by, like-
accommodations. You can get like
pretty cheap.
500 pesos a night.
If you go short time, you can even lower
Get
it.
it lower.
Well, that's the thing too, is that there's so many places to go here
Uh-huh.
that one of them has to be cheap. Like if one's expensive, like I mean, like in the entire country.
Yeah.
Whether you go to Belair or
One of the cheap places that I've been to, actually Sagada. Sagada, I went there like a few years ago. I don't know now how much it is, but when I went there, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, like it's like a Baguio, but like cheaper.
I was
And-
supposed to
and
go last month actually.
You should go. You should do it.
Yeah.
You should do it for
I've
the.
been
think
to Banawe.
for the, you know.
And it's a good time
Dude,
to
I'm
travel
from Canada.
again.
Don't, you gonna try and impress me with your weed?
Have you been to Sagada?
No.
Okay. Actually, it's not. It's the other kind. It's the hashish. Anyway. I'm gonna do something. We're gonna do something different this time. I'm gonna try this out on you guys. You guys are familiar with like whose line is it anyway, right? So we're gonna do something similar. I have some props here, and I'm gonna test your travel props IQ. The first prop I have here.
Tim Tayag, the carrot top of Asia.
He's buff, right? That carrot top. He's
Yeah,
buff.
yeah,
For
Is
I
this
don't
your
know why.
daughter's?
Huh? Yeah, actually, my daughter loves this. It's a
This
vibrating.
is part of the Thailand
It's
sex show.
yeah, it's the vibrating neck pillow. Now, I want you guys to show me like what other useful things, like travel related things, could you do with this?
Pillow. Airplane.
Yeah, no. Besides that, here, have fun.
It's
Here.
a sea cucumber.
Here, you go
Wanna
first.
go for this?
Lucas, you go first.
It's a sea cucumber.
Or Philip will go first.
Uh,
What other useful travel things could you do with the vibrating pillow? Come on.
Well, if your feet are sore, I guess you can step on it and it will give you a quick foot massage.
Well, that's good.
This
Yeah.
is
Or if your
when
feet stink.
This is for when you actually get to your destination. You
Yeah.
stuff this down one of your pant legs,
Right.
one or the other. You won't go home alone.
And that's what happened to you in Thailand, right?
This is not. I think that this is probably illegal for sale in some countries, just because of this.
Yeah, this is like
This has a power button on
the
it.
fur. Yeah, it does. It vibrates. I told you.
This is.
Or
wrong
this-
on
this-
so many. This
this
is
could
the
be-
handle. This is parts vibrates. Can
Yeah,
you?
it vibrates. See, the battery's kind of low, but like you could also use this. Like for example, you need to go and then you don't have any toilet paper. Then you can.
You could actually use it as a towel.
Yeah, you can. You can. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, this one. Let's say here, hold that. Now imagine you were caught in like what happened to Philip, airport security with that thing in your luggage. So
Possession.
explain to the authorities what it is.
Okay, so one of the 2 times I was living in Dubai,
Uh-huh.
I had a good friend of mine who was South African, and one of his best friends has a kid, is married, and he came back into Dubai, and one of his friends back home decided it would be hilarious if he put a gigantic dildo in the person's
He
in
really
his
did
friend's
that.
suitcase. He really did it. So then, of course, they're scanning the bag. The bag is going through customs, and the customs officials just absolutely go apeshit. They freak out. They pull it out. They say, "What the hell is this?"
Uh-huh.
He basically, and he had no idea that it was in there. He's with a kid, of all things.
Yeah.
He was just like, basically what they had to do, because of the time difference, they had to phone the friend back home.
And explain what it
and
is.
You have to explain right now.
What is this thing
going
and it
to this
vibrates?
Customs officer, or else I am going to jail. 'Cause they don't screw around there. They don't screw around in Dubai Customs.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it was like this close to having that thing.
So what,
used
Well,
again.
so-
in the gym
so what
where I
would
go
you
to,
say?
there's we always start with the golf ball
Uh-huh.
on your sole,
Uh-huh.
and you have to do this. It's supposed to
Oh yeah, that's
uh,
a good explanation.
loosen your muscles.
It's like a
So-
massage ball.
So you just do that and then the trainer says if it's painful, you have to keep on doing it on
Mm.
that side.
It's like a Tiger Woods thing.
No, it's just for it's for like massaging the
Yeah,
balls
it's
of your feet or
the ball of
you
your
know,
feet.
yeah.
And I don't know what else you can do with it. What's inside?
I don't know.
Before,
I don't know.
Before we run out of time, I want to
Yeah.
talk about you being from the province,
Right.
because I'm also from the absolute middle of nowhere.
Of Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like 40 minutes highway speed. I'm about like 60 kilometers from the nearest movie theater.
60 kilometers.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
then
nearest
my
movie
province
theater.
isn't as bad as yours then.
my
'Cause mine is kind of a city. I grew up in Angeles City, so.
So how many people?
Although we didn't have a stoplight for a long time. And
Yeah, but
like just maybe
everybody-
5 years ago we
everybody
got our
ju-
first
everybody
one.
just ignores stoplights here anyway. So
Yeah,
it
there's no
doesn't-
use.
There's
for it.
no.
Yeah.
It's just basically a decorative light ornament.
Yeah, as my friend said, it's a suggestion. It's just What about the province? What do you want to know about the province?
But it's how different, like living
Or
isolated.
are you setting me up for something?
No. No, I'm not saying up here.
Where did you grow up, Philip?
Here in Manila.
Oh, so
Just here,
so
yeah.
you don't have a province.
My parents have, but I don't. I didn't really grow up there. We
Oh,
visit.
what's
but,
your parents' province?
My mom's from Cavite. My dad's from Quezon.
Okay, that's not
So
too
it's
far.
both in Luzon. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
still.
Because like I'm Kompangan, and like
It's not. That's not so far. Also.
yeah, it's not so far, but you can always tell provincial life is very different. Like certain things we take for granted here in Manila, like water pressure.
Yeah, but the thing is that living out on the countryside, we were able to get away with anything. We could just spend the entire afternoon blowing stuff up, and the cops.
We
would
blew
never show
some.
up.
We still do like during New Year's in the Philippines. We'd blow stuff up, right? Like we'd have like leftover those lebentadors.
Yeah, not
And,
Labintador.
Well,
Lebentador.
I've been here.
The triangle.
I've been
Ah, yeah,
here during New Year's,
Yeah.
and I think that
It's
New
not-
Year's
it's
in
not bad in-
Iraq
Huh?
is probably quieter.
In Iraq.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
of
it's-
course,
it's
yeah,
just-
yeah.
No, it's not
loud,
as
yeah.
bad as how it used to be. Now it's more quiet.
Because they
Wow,
made a
10
lot of the
years
stuff
ago.
illegal now.
Yeah, but
But
what
we-
I love about Filipino fireworks,
Yeah, yeah.
because if you go to Japan,
Yeah, yeah.
they want the colors and the complexity of it,
Mm.
and here in the Philippines they don't give a shit about any of that. It's like, how loud does this
It's
go?
Chinese.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese.
It's a Chinese
How
thing.
loud.
Chinese costume.
Like we have one that's called
You're
Judas
supposed
belt.
you're supposed to drive away evil spirits with
With
the
the-
louder,
with louder,
it is,
yeah. like Judas Bell. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like this long,
Long, like
long,
30
long
feet.
string of like just like explosives, and then at the end there's like a dynamite, and
Yeah.
and we just we blow like buildings up with it.
But because it's so hard to get fireworks in Canada.
Yeah.
What we
You can
did-
buy it here, like kids buy it, like 3-year-old kids are like, hey, can
But
you buy
I
a
gr-
dynamite? Come on, get it for
grew up
daddy.
I grew up about an hour from Detroit.
Yeah.
So we took a trip to Cleveland to go to this roller coaster park.
Uh-huh.
And if you just drive a little bit further, you
Uh-huh.
can get in Ohio, Kentucky, they will sell you like anything.
Any firework,
Like
yeah.
basically like army grade explosives.
Mhm.
So we bought tons of these, they're called Black Cats, which are like 16 of these little firecrackers together. We just bought like a box full of them.
You could buy that here too.
But the thing is that
You could,
I know.
And a real black cat, if you want to, eat a cat, you could buy it as well.
Blow
but the
up.
thing is
Yeah,
that
go
you,
wherever
you
you want.
can't, they won't let you take it across the border. So what we did was we took cardboard
Uh-huh.
and sealed up the vents inside the car and filled the car.
So you smuggled
vents-
it. You're a smuggler.
Filled the car vents, filled the car vents full of it, and then brought. I was.
Does
like,
your wife know you did this?
I was like 11 years old at the time. I had no.
So you've been a smuggler since you were 11. Wow.
I have no.
So what's
But
in your bag, Tim?
What's in my
What
bag?
else is in your bag?
I was gonna do one more, but it miserably failed. So I was gonna do one more. Like, if you were abroad and you lost your wallet and you had no more money and
Did
you
you
were
get
so
this?
hungry and this is the only thing you had, how would you trade? How would you try to use this to come up with money?
Did the hippies in Sagada give you this?
I don't know where I
Hey,
got that.
man,
Yeah, I think it's from
you wanna
Baguio.
join our
Yeah,
band?
that's from Baguio.
What is it anyway?
It's a rain stick.
It's a rain
It's a rain
stick,
stick.
man.
Yeah.
Feel the vibe. Take the golf ball, roll it around on your palm.
Well, you wait for it to rain,
Mhm.
like when it's dark and.
How can I make money with this?
Yeah. How do you make money out of that?
This could be part of the sex show if you wanted it to.
So is the metal ball. You could have like this coming out of the, and then hey.
We're so tame.
I know. But I have another one. I have this travel IQ test. I'm gonna make it short. I'm gonna ask you three questions. Okay, so the first one is, which one of these doesn't belong to Belgium? We have
one.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The
Is
one
it
on
the
the
mannequin
right.
Peace or Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman.
Good answer. That's correct. Okay.
Oh, Rodman.
I was inspired by I recently watched their old movie Double Team.
No, you were inspired last
Van Damme.
Saturday. I asked you a question.
Yeah.
Who was the?
And
did,
that too.
Did Belgium have a Miss
Yeah.
Universe already?
Yeah.
And then you said Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. And
The
his new
muscles-
commercial and his new Volvo commercial
The
where he does
muscles
the
from
epic.
Brussels?
Yeah. And
if you've never seen JCVD, you have to see that movie because it's the only.
Double Team too with Dennis Rodman and JCVD. Sadly, they never had a sequel to that. I mean, it was so good. I mean, the
So
writing.
What you're saying is
they
that
did a lot of
it's-
basketball, references.
Are you comparing it to 48 Hours?
Anything with JCVD is just up there. All his movies, including the one of what's the last one?
The Expendables.
Was he there? Oh yeah, he was there.
What's the one he
Yeah.
made here? He made one.
I
here.
never saw the ending of that because me and my friend, we decided to watch The Expendables in some movie theater up in Lawag or somewhere in some rinky-dink mall, and I think the film they had was a pirated film because like 5 minutes into it stopped, and then me and my friend was like, "Can we get a refund?" And then we were asking the owner, the theater, whatever, who was also selling. The one who was running the projector was also the same lady selling the snacks in
And
this
the
in this
tickets?
theater. And the ticket it was like a one lady show, and I was like, "Can we get a refund?" Like, sorry, sir.
Was
But
there
we didn't
aircon?
see the movie. He's like, "You should give us our money back." Sorry, sir. We
Was
could
there
play it
aircon?
again the first 5 minutes. I'm like, forget it. Lawag, sa
Still,
Lawag.
it was still
No, was there
downloading.
aircon in the theater?
Yeah, and I think people were just there for the air conditioning, not the movie. And I think some
I think
some people were
that's-
having sex. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Basically,
Couldn't tell. They had their clothes on.
Basically, most of the reviews of the Expendables go like that.
And there's a part 2, right? Expendables part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
those are the movies you love to hate, but you still go see them.
Hate? I don't. Oh, you're supposed to hate that movie?
Apparently.
Thought it was good. Okay, this is the next question. What is the difference? What is the time difference between Manila and Kuala Lumpur? Is it A, 1 hour, B, 5 years, or C, none?
None.
Correct. These are easy.
I'm,
You can chime in anytime if you know the answer. You don't speak the language of the country you're in. How do you ask where the toilet is?
Now you know how I feel.
So how do you do
All
it?
the time.
Huh? How do you
It's
do
the
it?
miracle of sign language.
Yeah, how?
It's basically
Show me.
you do this, or you do
Like the, wait, how did
like
they know
if you're an
that?
R&B singer, you just pretend you're an R&B singer, and then that's how they know that.
How would
Then
you ask
there's-
Philip? How do you
Like,
ask? Oh, you just make the sound. So I just kind of make I just kind of go like,
You just
yeah.
yeah.
But
but
sometimes
that's
they
why
offer
it's
me
gonna get
sex,
you in
so-
trouble.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna think of something else.
Yeah, they could say
Like
but
you're offering.
like
You're
blowjob.
offering.
you, wee wee.
Tim is a
Um,
family man. He doesn't do any of that. He goes to Thailand.
Yeah, I
Just for
just
the
go
food.
there for the food and take my family. Those are all the questions I have for you guys.
I want to know. Okay. So
And we're
for
like,
you,
we have
for
3 minutes to
you-
kill, so.
For you, where is the place that you like going to the most?
Anywhere, any country that has no shopping. That's where I want to go.
Because your wife shops a lot.
I'm not saying that. You said that. I'm just gonna agree with you.
I'm like halfway,
Food countries, like food countries that have no shopping.
So what's your
Which is
favorite?
very hard to find.
What was your favorite travel experience recently?
Well, we recently went to Phuket. I liked it. Well, I like Thai food, so
You like?
I like spicy. Spicy. We had this.
You like
bagoong.
shirtless Russians?
Yeah, shirtless Russians as well. We had like as long as they're male. We had this bagoong, the bagoong rice. I don't know how they call it, bagoong rice or something. And it's funny because there's on the side they put the
Peanuts and
pepper,
green
no the
mango.
chili. How do you say that?
Yeah.
Chili, the chili.
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, I love spicy, and I think I'm kind of like, yeah, I could take it. Like, put in the, I mixed it in, and then I was like, I was sweating for like 10 minutes, and I really wanted to cry because this thing was like spicier than anything I've ever had.
This is
So-
basically food racism.
Yeah,
They
yeah, I
set
thought
you
I
up.
could take it, and then the next day when I took a dump, it came out and it was still in its original form. So
It wasn't even digested.
it didn't
It
digest.
just went through you.
It did. I
But
thought
do you know
only
it's
corn
good?
could do that.
Because it dilates your veins. They say
It's
that
good for you, right?
It's good
Supposedly.
for you. Yeah.
But it's also spicy when it comes out. So
So is
spicy
it
and
hot?
spicy out.
When
Huh?
it comes out.
It's still
It's
spicy.
hot?
Yeah, it's kind of hot. But I liked it.
But how many countries have you? I've been to 15 countries.
You
You know,
have
I've
30
never-
seconds, Tim.
All the countries I've been to? 30 seconds. Thailand, Japan, US, Canada, Belgium, France, UK,
Cambodia,
Norway, Cambodia, Vietnam,
It's just
Korea.
gonna be cut off. It's just gonna be like halfway through.
Okay,
Japan.
Yes, 5 seconds.
uh,
Thank you.
Indonesia.
PhilipAbadicio.com.
Yes, please plug your social
Yeah.
media sites.
PhilipAbadicio.com. My Twitter is Philip Abadicio, and same as my Instagram. And see you on Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Philip Lifestyle Guy, TV5, 11 a.m. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Philip.
I'm,
Thank you for coming here, and also I want to thank you for having me on your show.
And I hope to see you on
December 15th.
Tuesday.
Yes.
At Lukas Drake. I started up an Instagram account for
Okay.
this travel show, and I decided to not. I just.
How many followers do you have?
25.
Nice. That's
But
like-
I'm also on Twitter, Instagram. I'm directing a short little film right now.
Mhm. How can they watch it?
I'm gonna just upload it to YouTube probably when it's
Okay.
done. But I have a lot of post production to do on it, and
This guy worked on the Avengers,
Avengers, Pacific Rim,
Pacific Rim.
GI Joe,
See?
Mission Impossible.
So if he makes something on YouTube, you bet your ass it's gonna be like
it's going to be YouTube quality.
YouTube quality. Because is there a budget for that for your show?
That's a whole other set of stories.
Ah.
That's a whole other about filming without permits.
So you go over time.
A little bit. There's gonna be another show, the Plump and
Right
I,
after.
right after this. So stay tuned for those.
They're not here yet.
They should be here. There's two ladies that are gonna do their podcast. So anyway, thank you very much, Philip Abadicio and Mr. Lucas
Thanks for
Drake.
having me.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week. Tweet us if you have any comments, suggestions. Maybe you guys want to be on the show. Feel free. And that's it. That's the third episode of the On Foot podcast. Good night. Or good day, because it's still daytime. 'Cause beach. All right, that's it.